The 2016 Phillies ALS Festival was a success. Here's a recap of how I did.
What's going on, YouTube? Mike Go back. Have my 2016 Phillies ALS Festival recap here. A lot of in-person autographs and stuff to show off. It was a really great success considering I kind of got there last minute. For more details, if you want to see my little journey here, check out the link below for my vlog from yesterday, which has some behind-the-scenes footage. And also check out Ed's channel, WeskerGriff. He just did a recap as well. I was supposed to meet up with a few people there. Unfortunately, guys, I apologize. Obviously, I got there a little late, and this event is usually a little chaotic once you kind of get started. So I did pretty well. I went with my dad, and so we had 2 admission tickets. That gave us 4 autograph tickets, and I figured they'd probably do a lot of cash donations this year, and they did because the lines weren't bad at all. This was the least crowded Phillies ALS Festival that I've been to. Also bought a few grab bags and did not get to play any of the other side games. But here's what I did. I'll show off a few customs first. So I realized yesterday there were a few guys that I did not have anything to get signed. So I wanted to make up a few customs quick. So they're kind of basic. I didn't spend a lot of time on them, and I just got them printed at CVS, which is not really the photo printing place that I enjoy, but it did the job. So first up here is Tyler Goodell, 4x6 custom. I I got him with a donation and in a gold paint pen, and just I guess he didn't press down hard enough because it didn't come out great. So that's kind of unfortunate. But the others turned out really well. Next up, Hector Neris. Actually, someone gave me a ticket for it. He was with Brett Oberholzer, and there was literally a 10-second wait. So happy to get these guys signed. Well, I got a custom for him. Oberholzer I had a card for. Colton Murray. I think the Murray turned out pretty well. Unfortunately, I guess in the plastic holder here, they're a little tougher to get focused up. Anyway, Colton Murray signed in gold. And this is a nice one here. I can't believe I didn't have any cards for him. Jeanmar Gomez, who's very likely to be the Phillies representative in the All-Star game this year. I guess there's a few guys in contention, but he's leading the league in saves, and pitching really well. So this one came out excellent in gold paint pen. Next up, I have the card successes. Got a nice little stack of cards here. Great opportunity to get some signed, so put them aside. I'll show them one by one. First up, I guess Rick Kranitz. I don't actually think he played in the majors. I think he was in the minors. He was drafted, I think I saw 3 or 4 times, so he must not have signed a few times. And he's one of the coaches on the staff this year. And usually they only put at least guys who played for a while, but I tried to look up his stuff, and I only saw minor league stats. Anyway, had a Ballpark Heroes signature collection card here, and I got that signed. Unfortunately, he stuck his thumb right on it when he was handing it back, but, it's a nice addition. And they didn't have any postcards by his table, at least when I was there. All right, next up, Larry Boa. Boa was with Peter Borges, who I had a ticket for. I've gotten Boa a number of times, TTM, at these events as well, and different items from the Phillies. But this is a really nice one. Like getting the 2002 Topps card signed. I usually have gotten a lot of his playing day cards, so nice to get a managerial signature from him. Next up, another coach on the staff, Juan Samuel, signed in blue Sharpie on this 86 Topps. That's a nice one for the collection. Juan Samuel's another guy. He signs TTM all the time. He's at these events year after year. He's been a coach on the staff for quite a while. So I know Ed mentioned, like, when you get coaches and announcers, nobody wants them. And I guess that sounds a little harsh. I think some people like to get them. It's just that they're there year after year and they're a little more accessible. So you want to get the players that might only be there for a year or two, or that are bigger names that are a little harder to acquire. Next up here, really nice Bob McClure on this Brewers card. Shout out to Jones Nation. Love getting the old Topps cards signed. Um, I mean, they're all great. Anywhere from the 80s. This is an 84 here, so signed nicely in blue. Next up, Ben Davis. Got him TTM a few times. Got this nice Topps card from his when he was drafted. So that's back from 96 Topps, back when he was the Padres' first pick. So signed that in blue. Turned out really well. Again, love getting Topps base signed. Here's some Topps Gold Label. These were beautiful cards. And then they went away, and guess what, guys? They're coming back. Topps has announced that Gold Label will be coming back this year. Of course, it's going to be another product where, you get like 10 cards a box, I'm sure, stuff like that, and expensive. But got this one signed in blue. Turned out pretty well. Actually, probably would have looked nice in the gold paint pen. Don't usually use the paint pen on cards, but probably would have been nice on this one. Next up, got two from Andrew Bailey. He was signing with Elvis Araujo. Did a donation because I definitely wanted to get Bailey signed. I don't know how long he'll be with the Phillies. Obviously, he's doing a pretty good job this year, but he was Rookie of the Year a number of years ago with the Athletics. So I definitely wanted to get him signed in blue on my Allen and Ginters. I have a ton more too of Ginters. They made him quite a bit, but these look outstanding. Allen and Ginter, in my opinion, are the number one cards to get signed. With base Topps behind, and then just stuff like Heritage and Archives and a lot of other things that are just great for autographs. But Allen and Ginter, in my opinion, stands on top. So, two nice cards from Andrew Bailey. Got an Elvis Araujo on his 2015 Topps update. That's a nice one. Speaking of Allen and Ginter, Brett Oberholzer. Got this one signed in blue. Really nice addition to the collection. He's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle this year with the Phillies. Hasn't had a ton of opportunities to kind of show what he can do, but hopefully he'll just stick to it and pitch well. Next up, here's a Tyler Goodell. I showed you that one before, the photo that didn't come out that well, but this Bowman card from a few years ago. From what I could tell, this is the only card that's been released of him. I mean, there's a chrome version as well, but got this Bowman card signed in blue, and I think it turned out really well. Hopefully they'll make him in Topps update this year. He's unfortunately not in Series 2. That checklist was released the other day. Next up, Pete Mackanin, manager. Got two from him, signed in blue. Some really nice old school Expos cards. Great collectibles here. It's a 77 and 76 Topps. So really nice additions to the collection there. Pete's obviously done a really good job with the Phillies so far in his short managerial career with them. So hopefully that'll continue to move forward and go well. All right, what do we have here? Got a couple more to show off in terms of cards. First off, I'll show you Peter Borges. He was with Boa. I had a ticket. Got this Topps card signed in blue. Looked really nice. I was trying to decide between this and the 2015. Went with this one. Hopefully, again, they'll make a Phillies card of him at some point. I was kind of disappointed he wasn't in Series 2. Would love to have had an opportunity to get a Phillies card of him. And here's Peter Borges on the Allen and Ginter. So, again, another addition to the Allen and Ginter PC. Next up here, this is another Ginter, and it's Jeremy Hellickson, signed in blue, 2014, with the Rays. Here's another guy. I like getting the Rays card signed because he was Rookie of the Year with them a few years ago, so that in itself is a nice collectible, something neat to keep, an award winner. So, nice card there. And here's a nice one. This was like a must-get. The 2016 Topps Jeremy Hellickson Phillies edition. And it kind of depends on what happens. I sort of think there's a good chance he's going to get dealt at the deadline, and if he does, this might end up being the only Phillies card released of Jeremy Hellickson, unless they make him in Ginter or something like that. But in Series 1 of Topps, he was featured in the Diamondbacks uniform, and then this is an exclusive release to the Phillies retail team set from Topps, and then he's not in Series 2, so the plan, I'm assuming from Topps, is because they don't put guys in consecutive series, would be to have him in update in a Phillies uniform. But should he be traded in July, they'll just move ahead to the new team he ends up with. So this could be one of the only Phillies cards that's released of him. So I thought that was really neat to get. And, we'll see. Maybe he gets re signed or something like that. But who knows? I kind of don't expect it. And then my final cards here, Freddie Galvis, 2016 Gypsy Queen Glove Stories insert. And that's kind of the way cards are now. They didn't even make a Freddie Galvis base card in this set, but they did put him in this insert here. So that came out nicely in blue. And then finally, on the 2016 Topps, this is part of that Phillies retail set, and I believe the same card will be in Series 2. There might be some alternate pictures in the Series 2 cards, we'll see. But that's it for cards. I thought that was a pretty good success with them. In terms of baseballs, my dad actually was the one who ran around and got baseballs signed. I didn't have any with me. I had the cards, and I actually think I did have one baseball and forgot I even had it. First off, first baseball here is Matt Stairs. Got a ticket for Matt Stairs and Ben Davis. So I thought Matt Stairs was worth it on the ball. Matt Stairs, '08 World Series champ. Obviously, had that memorable moment in the NLCS against the Dodgers, which helped propel the Phillies to the World Series. And he's been around a lot because he's announcing. So you can get him, and he's at some of the local shows and stuff. But still, I'd rather have Matt Stairs on a ball than some of these guys who will be here and be gone in a year. So Matt Stairs was the only ball I got with a ticket. The rest were all donations, and I guess Aaron Nola's line wasn't as I figured he'd be a crazy busy line, and it wasn't too bad. And my dad was able actually to get multiples with donations. So first up here, the first one he signed on the side panel. But this might be the nicest signature. I was actually a little disappointed in his signature because his signature on his cards and stuff that you see is outstanding. It's awesome compared to most of these new guys. And the ball, I guess he rushes through them a little more. Maybe it's a little more difficult to sign, so it's not quite as nice of a signature. But that's Nola number 1. This one's on the sweet spot. There we go. Aaron Nola number 2. And if anyone's interested, obviously I have an extra Nola, so would be interested in potential trade if someone's interested. And here's Aaron Nola number 3. This one, the 27 is not exactly the greatest, but this one's definitely available for trade should someone need Nola on a baseball for the collection. And this here was another surprise, another guy that I really didn't think you'd be able to get with just a donation, but that's the way the event was this year, especially towards the end. It started to die off, and they were begging for donations in some cases. So Maikel Franco on the sweet spot, $10 donation. And he hasn't had the greatest year yet, but he obviously has a ton of potential, so he was definitely worth getting on a baseball. Last year I was unable to get him with Frank Core because I'd wanted him. And here's number 2, Maikel Franco. Number 7, not exactly the greatest signature in the world, MF7, but that's the way things are nowadays. So 2 Francos, both with donations. So that's it in terms of IP autographs, but I did buy a few grab bags, which I was a little hesitant to because I've done poorly in the past at times. Now, don't get me wrong, I've gotten good stuff as well, and everyone does. Grab bag is basically a little backpack with a few random things inside, and I think they're $20, $20 a grab bag. So, I decided to take a chance and grab a few. The bag itself is pretty neat. You always get some sort of hat, like this is a giveaway hat, which, is what it is. It's okay. This hat, a little nicer. I guess it's something they were selling in the store. I'm assuming it's discontinued, but definitely a decent hat. So I got them, and then I got three baseballs. Got one baseball in each of them. I bought three of them. The last one I got was Mr. Larry Anderson, who I'm a big Larry Anderson fan. I think he does a great job on the radio. He's part of the '93 Phillies, all that stuff. So that's all neat. But like Ed said, you get the announcers and you're kind of like, ugh, because, well, Larry Anderson's been announcing for him for what, 15 years? Plus he played for him for years. So I have so many Larry Anderson autographs. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, still a nice baseball. That one's available for sale or trade if anyone needs it. Because, like I said, I've got him a few times. That was the third one I got. The first one I got was not great, but not bad. Cesar Hernandez. So can't complain about that. One of the starting players. And it's signed in blue. Cesar Hernandez, number 16. So definitely a nice addition to the Phillies collection. Um, you figure with the things, the baseball would cost you at least $15 in a store. Plus, you have the authentication, which I guess has some value. You have the signature, and you get the bag and hat. So, not bad for the $20. You could do much worse, believe me. I know one year we bought a pile of them, and I think I got 6 or 7 Antonio Alfonsecas. So that was brutal. And the next one, this is the second one I got, which is the best one, and it's an announcer's ball. And at first I was kind of like, what is it? I kind of glanced in. I was like, oh, is that a team ball? And I'm like, that's an announcer ball. And I sat there and thought to myself, I was like, well, if it's all the announcers, that'd be cool. And thankfully, that's exactly what it was. All the announcers. So that's not bad at all. We got Larry Anderson, 93 Phil. Ben Davis, played in the majors for a number of years. Tom McCarthy does the Phillies play-by-play, does college basketball, does NFL football. Scott Fransky, who's just really good. We got Matt Stairs, obviously an '08 Philly. We got Jim Jackson, who does Flyers and Phillies. Got Greg Murphy, who does the Phillies. And then right there, Mr. Mike Schmidt. So if you're getting the greatest third baseman of all time and a Hall of Famer and Mike Schmidt, that's a hell of a pull then. So the entire 2016 announcing roster signed in black. So that was certainly a really nice pull and completely unexpected. So guys, that's going to do it for this recap. Like I said, check out the vlog for some behind the scenes of my trip to the Phillies ALS Festival. Check out WeskerGriff's video as well, and I'm sure some other people will be posting them as well. If Phil's fan posted it, I'll link that as well. All right, guys, have a great one. I'll talk to you next time.